Alrighty, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairymuppet, and I'm like a little bit coffee, a little bit belchy at the moment. Been drinking some lemonade, natural mineral water, of course, because lemonade's too much sugar. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's start looking at Factorio. So we got a huge sprawling mega base up, and we are two bases. Technically one base away from the base 1.5. So that is, of course, going to be blue circuits, and we need to figure out a place to do it. So red circuits is this whole mess here. We're basically just going to leave that whole space for red circuits. Green circuits is this whole space here. So we don't want to interfere with two of them. Stone, we've got 3 stone here, so this is where we're going to be doing stone bricks. Absolutely. Steel over here. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to find a space. I'm kind of liking this space a little bit. Gerard on the other side of red circuits. It's not a bad area. Alternatively, we could just go down and do something here, but I like the ore in that situation, so I don't really want to overturn it too much. Yeah, I really don't know. I like this coal. I like this copper. I'm thinking here, because there's not a lot of ore that we're really screwing over here. And I won't do a station off this though. What I'll do is I'll send this along a bit. And there's a lot of coal over here though. I really don't want to knock over that coal. Okay, so this iron here, I think we'll do it here. We won't need as much space for blue circuits, famous last words, but yeah, I don't know where else to do it. Where else I can easily do it where I'm not crapping over a bunch of ore. It's an interesting situation. It really, really is. Here's an idea. Maybe we could do it on this base directly. No, that's a silly idea. I'm not going to merge multiple bases. I'm really not. That's just silly, silly, silly. Okay, this is like the best case I can think of. Let's look a little bit further out and see if there's anywhere else. See, this has got a lot of stuff here. This could be greens. This could be a really, really nice place for green circuits, just directly making them if we ever get to that. Alright, here's an idea. So we have to get a rail all the way through here to base 1.5. I think let's just make the blue circuits around here somewhere. Because this a little bit of iron, a little bit of stone, doesn't really need it. And we don't need this massive area for base 1.5. So I think, let's get a line going across there. And we'll get steel. So we got a dog leg here anyway. So I think we go there and then down and then across to base 1.5. And we can have steel above that. And below that, I think we can have blue circuits down here. Okay, so that's going to be the plan. So let's go to the green circuits base. Yep, there we are. So we're going to go straight here. Where are we? Green circuits here. It's hard work, all this planning stuff, isn't it? I did do some offline work in that I got some more bots. I'm up to 250 now, which actually matches those expanded roboports. So I got 10 of these personal roboport Mark IIs, and I got 250 robots. So I'm going to do one more of these guys. Jeez, I got so much stuff. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a T intersection going up and down. And then we're going to take the downwards one. Yeah. Is that too close? There's only a depot here, so I don't feel like it's going to be too close. We really could push it out a bit more if we wanted to. Okay. Let's push it out a bit more. Let's get a bit more distance on this guy. Station. Huh. Two more. Yeah, let's go two more. And then let's put the T intersection going up and down. Okay. So that's a bit close to steel, but that's not a bad thing. Look at all those robots, man. That is just so beautiful. Such a beautiful sight there. And not missing any of that stuff, so all that rail stuff is gone. Kind of looking forward to rocket science where we get to just go nuts with getting the robot speed and the mining productivity and all that sort of stuff, but we really don't need it at the moment, so that's kind of why I'm not worrying about it. Definitely we will want to get robot speed, robot capacity, and mining productivity really, really high up. I think those are actually the only three that help us because we're not shooting anything. So yeah, these three right here. Crafting speed, meh. Not going to really worry about that too much. It's kind of not necessary. So anyway, so we have a look here. Oh, red circuits. That's got a pretty big length pushed out. So we have a look. We'll go down one more and then do a T. And then that should leave us enough room to put the steel station up there, fit in an actual steel station. Not that we're going to need 12 lanes to 12 stations for steel, probably just one. Because, yes, there's a lot of iron up there, but... Okay. So there we go. So this is a straight shot. We'll get a steel station in there, and then the line will continue on to base 1.5. What we are going to do is we're going to continue this line going down for a couple more bits, and then we're going to build blue circuits. I could feed it back in there, have like a T intersection, but I mean, as we've said in previous videos, or as I've said in previous videos, the length of the track really doesn't matter. If the length is too long, then all you need to do is have more trains to be able to deal with it, and that's pretty much it. So this is all red circuit. So we want the line to go down and then off here, so that this is all blue circuits. Okay. Okay. So I'm not even sure if we need a T intersection here, but I'll put one in anyway, just so we got a back door. And one more, and then we'll put our T intersection in, and then a station directly off that. T, and then such a pain in the ass to pick these guys up when the robots are doing their thing. And there we go. God, I love robots. I so love robots. Okay. Now, yep, gonna run out of rails here. I thought we would. Every time we build a mainline station, it seems like we run out of rails. But then again, this blueprint is like 1.3k, and we only pick up 3.2k every time. They seem to get built pretty fast though. Power poles. Maybe get some power poles as well. Seems like we're a bit low. Steel, bit painful. Well, we're feeding steel into these guys and then into the power poles. Okay, well, I haven't needed to re-pick up power poles in a long time. So I doubt we're going to run out of them anytime soon. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. You got power, so it looks like the rest of the rail system is fine. Excellent. So there we go. We got a line up here. Don't know what we're going to need that for, but we've got that. That'll be a nice edge to the green circuits area as well, I guess. We could probably do that. Stone in there. That's a bit dodgy. And then from this line above, all of that is going to be steel, and maybe we'll even branch out to these two for steel. Not a bad idea. And then below this line is all blue circuits. So this below this line, up to about where the uranium is, will fence that off for blue circuits. So that's probably about half the total area that we've left for red circuits, which I think is absolutely fine. Okay, so what do we need for this guy? So we got 12 lines here that we can use. Now these guys don't need a whole lot of sulfuric acid. Well, they need 5 sulfuric acid, but a single train has 300,000 sulfuric acid, whereas a single train has 32,000 of these. So in comparison, sulfuric acid, I think sulfuric acid is easy to make as well. Yeah, 50 per second. Ha, yeah, that's easy to make. So we only need 1 station for sulfuric acid. I think we can get away with doing that. And then it's going to be down to green circuits and red circuit. And I think what I want to do is for 12 stations, we'll have 3. Do we want 3 output? I think we're going to have 3. We'll leave 3 aside for outputting blue circuits. We'll leave 3 for inputting red circuits. Although you almost want 2 and 4, don't you? Because of the ratio here. Yeah, so 2 out, 4 in, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for green. No, that doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, 2, 3, 6. That makes a lot more sense. So 2 for blue, 3 for red, 6 for green. If we ever figure out how to input multiple stations, then that would be great. And then 1 up here for Mr. Sulfuric Acid. So let's go do that first of all. Oh, let me show you my water as well. I changed water entirely. I used to have all these tanks really close to each other. Completely threw that away because tanks close to each other, they just sort of leak water and it's very slow. And I got rid of this setup as well, which had the pipe and the 3 pumps, because the pipe, the throughput is just so much slower that it actually turned out to be faster to have only 2 pumps and have them directly connected to the tanks than it is to have 3 pumps on a pipe. It really, really is. Like this used to take like 15 seconds to fill up. Now it fills up in like 5 seconds flat. And I've done that everywhere as well. I did that over here. I didn't quite have the pump here, but that's pretty good. Now I had to change this back over to barreling. No, not barreling, to fluids. Just fluid trains. And the reason I did this was because originally I went for barrels because I thought, well, I can't fit these guys in more than 1 station. But of course, barrels are even worse. Barrels are basically a impossible solution because, of course, the train shows up, the train's empty, the train goes away with 1,600 barrels. And that 1,600 barrels you've just taken out of the logistics system. So you got 1,600 barrels that are missing, and you got 1,600 extra barrels in the new system. So it's like, well, you're screwed. You're basically screwed at that point. Unless you have some sort of feedback loop or something. Even if you ship steel in here and keep making more barrels, what do you do with the barrels at the next place? So yes, you cannot ship fluids by barrels. You cannot transport them by barrels unless you really know what you're doing, unless you have a solid plan, which I don't. So yeah, I'm going to be happy just fluid transferring them though. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a single train here. Let me go over to sulfuric acid actually. Let's copy this train. Yep. Copy that exactly. Don't need the warehouses, but I will get the roboports and I will get the radar and the teleporter, because why the hell not? And you'll notice that I've actually got extra guys on extra assembly machines pulling the fluids out. Had to do that because it just wasn't enough. Unfortunately, just having with these. I could, in the future, put speed modules on them, and that would help a lot. Okay. Station. Of course we're out of steel. Please tell me there's a way I can get steel here. Please tell me I'm... Man. Well, what do we need steel for anyway? We need it for train stops. I gotta stop thinking like I need to get the basic things. I need to just pull the things up. Alright, so what are you? You are Simon and Josh and Connor. What's that? Okay, I guess when somebody did a Kickstarter for this game, they just literally just said, oh, yeah, this is the name that we're going to put in. Jonathan Brunath. Okay. Oh, right. Let me think. Okay. Blue circuits, input sulfuric acid. I could put acronyms and shortens and all that sort of crap, but I'm not going to. Okay. So, the problem with doing a fluid transfer here is this guy needs to be fueled. And the problem is it's being fueled from sulfuric acid, and neither station has any amount of things. So what we might have to do is we might have to do something crazy here. We could hack it like we did with water, but hacking it, that's gonna become problems later on. We really need a better solution for that. I may just have to, at some point, set up stations to push stuff around, and by stuff I mean uranium. So just set up a station for this guy that pushes it. I really don't want to have a station just for uranium. Like, use one of these stations just for uranium. I don't like the idea of doing that. But I just might have to. Okay. You know what? Let's actually start this train off at the uranium fuel cell station. That way we can make sure that it gets, well, though it would get cargo fully fueled, it wouldn't get the actual trains fully fueled. Okay, maybe I didn't think that through, but I can just take it out of the warehouses and dumpy it in there. Okay. Let's just put a bit in there. Let's put a bit in there. Okay. Alright, your mission, should you choose to accept it. Go to supply sulfuric acid until you're full. Jump in the train before it goes off. And then go to blue circuits until you're empty. You are now automatic. So let's just let this guy through. Yeah. So, definitely we want to get uranium on the water station. Needs to be getting uranium in there. And then I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet and say, sulfuric acid, you need to get uranium in there as well. You need to be sucking in some uranium cells. And if we do it the same as the depot, where it's very specifically requesting only a tiny amount, then I think that's okay. Man, this is a long train system. This is a long train system. Okay. I like the fact that we got that cross, like those four things there, though. So it's almost a roundabout, but it's, if trains need to do a U-turn, then they can do a U-turn. So let's have a look at this train, how fast it loads. Holy crap. 100k, 200k, 8, 9. This slows down at the end because we got 3 barrels for each thing. So we've stored the exact amount that we need to fill the train up. And I'm actually going to jump out here and go across to there. So this guy is going to take a little bit longer to load up than water. Water, I've got a system that backs up. So this amount here is enough to fill up 2 trains, 2 carriages, and then you've got some more backing up here. So you could send like 3 trains in a row into this thing and it would fill them all up, no problems. Once you get up to like the 4 trains or the 5 trains, then you start to have to wait. But I'm feeling pretty good. Over here. Okay. And you are blue circuits. Oh, look at that. We're here to see the train. So that'll get a lot of it off. You are going to be... God, why would that turn the bloody thing around? That makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. So there we go. Wait, did I say fill? Empty. I did say empty. Okay. Excellent, excellent. So that's emptying sulfuric acid. Let's go to over here. You are copper. You are green circuits. We might as well grab some of this stuff. Now, what did that just request? Probably requested green circuits, which, to be honest, is not necessarily a bad thing, but let's just chuck that out and chuck that back in anyway. And yeah, let's get some warehouses, because I'm sure that there is going to be some stuff coming very, very soon. And if it's green circuits, then yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Beautiful. Turn that around. Turn that around. Okay. And we'll get some robots in here as well. Blue circuits. I think the default we seem to be getting is 2000. And I don't see a reason to really stop that, because even if we get too many, I mean, what are they going to do? They're just going to sit there and do nothing. So it doesn't really matter. There was a train coming here, wasn't there? That train's probably stopped. So water, depot. Oh yeah, that station got destroyed. So wait a sec. Oh crap. Yep, that guy did get green circuits, and then the station was destroyed, and so he was like, damn. So if I put 200 in there, you are now negative 63k. Negative 64k. Alright, so that's beautiful. Copper. You don't need to be a thing anymore. We do need this direct thing. And then you are green circuits. Okay. So let's go ahead and go over to the depot. It's a little bit slow, but that's alright. Wait a second, it's storing... I see, there's 27k stored, but that includes the active providers. So there's only 15, 16k in the warehouse. Alright, let's give that a couple more minutes. I don't want to switch this station on until I've actually manually grabbed that stuff and chucked it in a warehouse here. So then we only get one train coming in instead of two. Now, what we want to do next is red circuits. And I don't think there's an input station for red circuits yet. So let's just do this again. Except this time, we'll get rid of the station. And we'll get rid of the roboports. No. Actually, I'll keep the roboports. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we had 3 for this. But that's actually a good height. Not the best height. The best height would probably be down there, actually. So let's do that instead. We can still do a thing here. Read logistics network contents. You are red. Man, I'm starting to get really excited. We're getting so close to... Oh, you need to be a whole different thing, don't you? News. Like, after this station, we can basically just say, look, that's it. We're building base 1.5 now, getting the speed modules, and then we're just really turning the cooker up to 11, if you know what I mean. There's no train here yet. Depot. You guys are still I did not put that many robots here. Only 100. That's why it's taken so long. That's why this shit's taking so long. Okay. Well, I have to leave those guys for ages because they're just taking forever. That's okay. So we take some red circuits. Only got 200. Test that. Negative 63k. Excellent. Now this one I should just be able to turn on because yeah, I should just be able to turn on. Loose circuits. Input red circuits. The red thing. So that'll send 2 trains off. Should send them. There we go. Don't know if that was actually 2 trains. We might not have enough. Well, there's 2 trains out. I don't know if we actually have enough red circuits. No, it doesn't look like it. I only got enough for 1 train, so the second train will have to take its sweet ass time. You know what? I am going to activate this, and I could just manually move that stuff over, and it'll get done when it gets done. Yellow. Excellent. Now this guy. 2 trains. Yep. 1 potato. 2 potatoes. It really is slow for these trains to get out, but on the other hand, we've already discussed this problem, and it's going to be multiple depots. Each depot has like 10 trains, and that's pretty much it. Look at this. We're actually running out of robots here. We may have to put a crap load of robots on this station to keep it filled up, to keep it going. Not a lot of green circuit production actually there, is there? I think I must have hand built these because I don't even have productivity or speed or anything like that on those. I don't think these guys get speed. I think they get productivity. Yeah, and then there's beacons in the middle. Okay, so we got some stuff coming on in. You got some bots ready to move some stuff around. You need a couple of these warehouses. Couple more. Well, there's the first train coming in. Red circuits. Oh, of course. A red. Does definitely still miss some things, doesn't it? That was like 5 inserters that it missed all in a row. Wow. And did I do something over here? Did I accidentally click one of these guys? I don't know. Seems to be okay now. So there we go. 5, 4, 3. It does seem to be uploading faster and faster. There we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And there's the green as well. Those robots really getting used up there. That's right. We needed some chests. Oh, steel. Steel, why do you hurt me so? Why do you make everything so painful? Why have I not upgraded this bloody steel thing? I got a decent amount. It's like 2 full things, but that's only like half a belt total. I think that is half a belt total. I'm not sure. Damn. If only I could like smelt steel myself. I wouldn't have to have all of these problems. home. Yep, let's go. Let's go home. And let's start dealing with this crap. Okay. So I need a space of 5. How are barrels doing? 8k. I want a space of 5 before it hits the barrels. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Ah, we got enough space. Like that. Oh. No, that's alright, that's alright. We can hook that all the way up to there. And then hook that all the way up to there. And you can say you only get enabled if steel is above 1,000. Steel above 1,000, steel above 1,000. Excellent. That'll be something. That'll be something. So I'm just running out of steel here. Although, did I build warehouses? On the... I think I did. I think I did. Yes. Not sure if that helps me though. No, I'm just running out of steel. That's all I needed was the steel. And I need 188 steel for each storage warehouse. Are you freaking serious? Alright, I'm going to put these back. Because otherwise that's just going to waste more steel. This guy needs so much steel to build that crap. Okay. Alright. Let's go down, grab some more steel. Alright, that's what I needed. Excellent. Blue circuits. You are somewhat running out of space, aren't you? Not sure I even need these, but I want them. I want a bit of them. Okay. We can do the displays up here. So you need to be green circuits of 64,000. You need to be red circuits of 64,000. Okay. And this is... Oh, no, that's not right. You go like that. You don't go to that pole. You just go to here. Do I really have 64,000? Apparently I do. Those trains, man, very, very quick work. So you are green circuits. And you are red. Excellent work, little robots. And the train network, so fast to get that shit going. And we got sulfuric acid. What I do need to do is go here, get me some barrels. I'm going to take half of them, which can't even fit in our inventory, apparently. There we go. Chuck them all in there. That'll allow us to start pumping up some sulfuric acid. What's your problem? Sulfuric acid. You're emptying? I could have sworn I made you fill. And now, of course, it turns around again. There we go. Finally getting that stuff done. That'll give us 50 barrels each, which is a lot. Which is a lot of stuff. And now all we need to do is just have a simple old setup for this stuff. Now, there's no intermediate processing needed here. It's just a simple thing. So all we're going to do is, we do need sulfuric acid to be pumped out. So we do need to do some thinking about that. Okay. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now you make blue circuits. Put it down the bottom. The pipe. And because the beacons have such a nice big range, we can afford to have a pipe here. It doesn't need to be underground. We do this, that. And we might have to do a bit of experimenting to figure out what the ratios are going to be for how many machines can run off a single one of these guys. Pumping in stuff. So I'm gonna make you go there. And then get... No, you're emptying, so you go like that. And then empty sulfuric acid barrel. Give me 50. Thank you. Joins up there. And then we've got some stuff here. Now I want these guys, basically, you totally don't need to be one of those. Basically, I want enough sitting in the red chest to fill up at least one train station. These stack out to 100, so we need 16,000 available. So I'm going to say 3, because that's what I ended up doing on red circuit station. I changed it. We were at 10, and it was just overkill so badly. So I switched them back down to 5, and then I was like, nah, still too much. Switch them back down to 3, and that seemed to have worked out okay. Now, Roboport time. So, each one of you guys needs 5 sulfuric acid every 10 seconds. So 1 every 2 seconds. This produces 250 every second. So, there is basically no issue with pushing these guys out a lot. Like a lot. So let's double this. Or maybe not quite double it. Let's have a look. Can we push you out anymore? So you can't cover a full thing by yourself anymore. What we need to do is put it like that and then cut these bits off. Oh, not that bit. Now we've got a single Roboport. It needs to be further up so that it can cover the speed beacons. And then we got beacons along here. We got beacons below there, and we got a lot of beacons. And I believe with the beacons we should still be alright. I'm going to actually move this a bit because that's getting in the way of that little beacon guy. We do not want to get in the way of the beacon. Of course, it has to go right where there's no freaking power poles. Alright. Get in there. Get in there. 50 sulfuric acid. Now these are fairly slow, so I feel like we don't need a ton of stuff in here. So what I'm going to make it 50 of these. And this I'm going to make 500. I'm going to push it up a lot. Because we do need 20 per. And once we start getting speed modules, I feel like that's going to be a big thing. Now we got the stack inserters going. We got this little bit here. Feel like everything is pretty sweet. I feel like we can start to push this around a bit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beacons. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 beacons. Where's my guys? I should have more of these. Maybe I don't. No, I don't. Keep running out of them. So I can put this guy down here. Is that enough room for another row? I'm thinking it might be. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's enough room for beacon. Yep, plus 1 extra. Really, really nice. Okay. And there we go. There is blue circuits done. And man, I thought I did pretty good on this video, but we're still 40 minutes. Alright, how are we doing? Green circuits, okay. Red circuits, extremely okay. Sulfuric acid, don't have any facts for that, but the train's still got a lot in there, so. How's our train down in here? Are you ready to go? You're totally ready to go. You did beautifully. And all this stuff is actually, well, it's not quite backed up anymore. But, so it all seems to be running pretty good. Some of these are backed up. Other ones not so much, but that is excellent. Okay, logistics-wise, only 295? These guys run forever, man. Freaking forever. No. Oh. Missed some things there. There we go, that's better. And now all the machines are running, so it's definitely... How are you doing? Oh, you are so not running out of anything anytime soon. You'll probably get one machine to bloody keep all of these guys going, every single machine. Alright. Now, we want an output station. But I want an output station, not going to copy that one, because that would be bad, because, yes, we already have red circuits, and I don't want them suddenly shoved into shelves or storage. So let's go ahead and, you know what, I really do want to copy the red circuit ones, though, because then at least I have the number of chests right, whereas iron, well, what was iron anyway? Iron was 4 as well. Okay. Was red circuits 4? Red circuits was 5. They had 800 in each one. But I'm not doing red circuits. I'm doing... I don't want to copy that one anyway. Let's copy red circuits. Screw it. We'll just edit the something out of it. Or better yet, we'll just change it over after we put it down. Boom. Why do you need to be here? You don't. You don't need to be there. Here they go. All of these guys filling on up. That's fine. We'll just fix it later. Okay. So... what are we doing here? We're destroying that pole so that we don't suddenly say, hey, look at this, we've got red circuits you can pick up. Because that shit would totally happen. Okay. We'll just let these guys finish. Let them... well, they're not going to finish anytime soon, are they? No. Okay. So... we want half. What half of our total? We want to pick up everything in these chests. Everything. Everything that's got red in it, we want to pick up. What? No, you didn't get done. You didn't get done. And you didn't get done either. There you go. You're all done now. All done. Okay. Damn, it's still putting red in there. You are just stupid. Okay, red circuits. There's a whole bunch of them. Go nuts. And I've got sulfuric acid barrels as well. Go nuts. And I've got a ton of blue circuits. So I guess, go nuts. Let's let's not chuck all of them out. Let's keep some, and let's keep some of these because I may need them. There we go. We got all of this, and how much is in there? Is the interesting question. 1.8k? Really? A lot of these chests don't have a lot. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's very, very slow. It's ironic that one of the stations where we most badly need speed modules and productivity modules is the last station before we get our base 1.5 that actually builds those things. Well, here we go. We got an offload. We're going to go way over because all of those guys got lost, didn't they? And we need green circuits as well. Whoa, we're low on green circuits. We ain't delivering any green circuits. That is not a good position to be in. Why aren't we delivering any? This is the downside of having 4 bases. I mean, you get the same throughput over the long term, but when you need a fill right now, like seriously right now, it takes forever because, of course, it takes ages to fill the last little bit of that chest. It's just like a exponential curve sort of deal. The closer it is to being filled, the smaller the chance is that a robot will actually get assigned to fill up that last little bit. There we go. Yellow. Excellent. And it's probably sending it over somewhere else. To red circuits, perhaps, because there's no more red circuits in the system. Okie dokie. Let's do this. Is it there? Is it there? I'm going to put it there. I don't care anymore if it's exactly the same as every other station. Well, I do, but in this particular case, I don't. So, boom, and boom. And that's it. Well, that's not it, but that's basically it. That is everything we needed to do for base 1.5. Everything is in the network, in the train network. Now I can go to base 1.5, put down a station, so you give me greens, reds, and blues, and start building crap. Oh, it looks like green circuits are going to this station. Excellent. And once we get all of those speed modules everywhere, copper will start being made a lot faster, iron will start being made a lot faster, and then green circuits will start being made a whole lot faster, everything will start being made a whole lot faster, and with productivity it will be made more efficient. And ooh, yeah, it won't look like our train system is just dying on its last legs, which is what it currently looks like. Like, I got no green circuits at this station at the moment, yet they get offloaded and they go straight into the system. There's none in backup at all. So it would be nice to be in a position where everything is sweet again. I like the sulfuric acid though. We're definitely not running out of that shit. Okay, so I am going to say goodbye, I guess. Phew, and next episode is base 1.5. So going to get this line going all the way across, leave a spot for steel, and then keep on going, and in here, base 1.5. And we're probably going to be building a fair amount of stuff, not just speed modules, but stuff like beacons. Like, it's killing me so badly to build beacons up here. Where are my beacons, actually? They're up here somewhere. Yeah, look at this. Look at this guy. 123. That's absolutely pathetic. The amount of steel in this base is pathetic. So as soon as we build base 1.5, the first thing we're going to do is build steel. And let me just grab some steel out of here. So I have it. And yeah, after that, we are going to be... yeah, getting steel, putting it into base 1.5, getting iron and copper and all that other stuff. Basically everything goes into base 1.5. And the high ticket items like beacons, like the assembly machine 3s, like all of the things that we really need a lot of that are painful to craft, going to be made in base 1.5. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Stay tuned.